Hi guys, Miranda Holiday here, and I'm here with the virtual challenge number 2. We're going to do the walkthrough and how to set the course up. I'll run through this pretty quick and hopefully explain a few things to you guys. First of all, we got the first obstacle, which is the mounting obstacle. You can use a mounting block if you choose to, but you do not have to. So that is totally your choice what you want to do with that. I do have a bucket as representation of a mounting block. I don't have one here at this location, so I didn't have an actual mounting block, but that's just representing one at that location for the mount. So what we've got our start cone. We've got our 10 feet. I'm going to designate this 10 feet from here to your mounting area, pretty much right here. So we've got a really crappy pile of hay. I don't want to see any of you guys have hay like this. I want to see a really nice looking flake of hay. You got alfalfa, use it. Something that your horse would actually be interested in. So make sure you have something that's nice looking, not just stuff that your horse is going to say nothing to. So we've got that. You can have your mounting block. You can move it around either side, whichever side you have designated. This is just your area from your start cone. So there's your mount. Second obstacle, we're going to go to picking up the hat. We've got picking up the hat right here. We've got this cone, starting your point to your barrel, and you don't have to have a barrel if you guys don't have one. It's whatever kind of platform you have that you can set that hat up on and easy to reach. So something similar to this kind of height is great. It doesn't have to exactly be a barrel. I just happen to have one here. So we've got our start cone. We've got this 9-10 foot stretch from start to each obstacle. So starting point, you're going to walk over and do your obstacle. You've got your stick approximately around 5 feet. This one's a little bit taller probably, but somewhere approximately. You've got your hat mounted up here. You can toss it out there, go to town on your obstacle. So it's all written down on the sheet. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me, but it's pretty self-explanatory. We'll kind of go through things. So we'll go on to the next obstacle. Obstacle number 3 is going to be your keyhole obstacle. So with your keyhole obstacle, I want you guys to have, what we have is we have 15 feet before you get to the edge of the box of the keyhole. So basically, if you come with me on this one, I want your start cone to be at your starting point. So if we had our start cone, you're going to go into your keyhole. I've got 2 of your poles set up. They're 3 foot wide. So we've got 3 feet between these poles. At this point right here, at the end of your poles, we are going to start a 15-foot mark to the back of your box. So whatever that pole is there, we've got 15 feet from the end of the pole to the end of the pole inside the box. This one here, we've got a pole here and a pole here. These are 10 foot wide. So we've got 10 foot by 15 foot inside this keyhole. That gives you tons of room to do lots of maneuvering, get in the keyhole, stop, whatever you need to do. So that gives you your keyhole. You've got a walk, trot, and a lope, I believe, on that one. So it should be good to go. On the backing a circle. So when we come to backing a circle, we have this obstacle here. These can be set up anywhere you guys want them to be. So they don't have to be exactly where I have them. I just have them placed somewhere. The biggest rules you guys have are making sure you do not go through an obstacle you have not already done is the big one. So don't go through an obstacle you've already done. Try to do it as close as you possibly can to what the sheet says. So we've got our start cone for our back around. You're basically going to start here. You're going to walk up beside your round object. I basically said it was a round object of some kind, approximately around 2 feet in size. This was a tick narrower, but I want you guys to plan accordingly. I don't really want you to be really far out here. I want you to have just a decent distance. Nothing too big, nothing too small, just in this general around the object. So this is going to be your backing around. However the sheet says, this is going to be your backing around your obstacle. Okay? So there's easy on your back around. We're going to go from your back around to your maypole. A pole, we've got your start cone. This one is actually going to be a 15-foot difference in your start. So from here to your pole, this could be a tree, it could be anything. I want it to be that 15-foot mark. That'll give you plenty of room to get from the start cone to there and not have to trip over your start cone. So that's a big part of it. So going to your bucket, or not bucket, it's just the pole. So whatever you guys have for this, anything you need. If you've got your rope, I know it said minimum of 22 foot, but what you're gonna do is however you need to do that, you're going to set that up to where it's basically, I'll show you a measurement of it. You're gonna obtain that rope. You can get out to the end of the rope, and you've got your measurement from, you can measure from the bottom. This is where people go. Oh, there we go. So basically, to the bottom of that amount right there, if you stretch this pole out, or this rope, you've got 13 foot right here at the end of your rope, and that gives you enough room. You're probably going to reach around 12 foot. 13 feet for a circle is plenty of room for walk, trotting, and loping in a circle, but not too big, not too small. It gives you that room. It's kind of like if you were doing a garrocha, they're going to be a 13-foot garrocha pole, roundabout. So, you've got that one. You can make sure you keep that rope even and consistent all the way around as you're making your round. Whenever you're done with your round, you can put it right back. Make sure everything's up and out of the way. You don't get any rope wrapped around your horse's legs. Watch out for safety, things like that. But like this one's not super sturdy. Just didn't have any tree out here, so. You guys can make that one up pretty good. The next one we've got, we're gonna go to a halt obstacle. It's basically a stop, and it's all gonna be pretty easy because it's gonna be a straight line. So if we were to come out here, I want you guys to have a pretty good distance. So I'm going to give you a nice long straight line. What I'm going to have you do is I want you to have 20 paces from one cone to the next cone. Straight line. And this is basically you're going to do like the instructions say you've got your jog, your extended jog, and you've got your lope. So what I want to see you guys do is at these start cones, I want you to depart at the cone itself. You're going to get to the end cone and you're going to stop at that end cone itself and make that stop, make that pause, make that show of commitment, and then you can exit. But it's going to be 20 paces for that direction. So if you want a roundabout, the paces are basically, you're looking at 3 feet. So each yard, you're looking at 20 yards, 20 meters, 20 yards, right around there. So approximately that. Okay, so we got the halt obstacle. I'd go out there, but I'd waste you guys' time videoing. For the tumbleweed, you're gonna have 4 cones set up. And we'll come over here to this one because I'll show you guys right before we get to our mailbox. Gotta use this cone. So if I've got a cone, you're going to look at 8 feet to the next cone, and you're going to put 8 feet in between each cone is what you're going to do. So you're going to go down, go down. You want to commit that straight line, so don't be afraid to kind of utilize and look through and see your distances. And create that straight line. With your 8-foot distances. Because you guys are going to need that. And what this obstacle does is you're basically going to start here at your start cone. You're going to make that commitment of going, walking. The first one is always getting to this point, turning your hindquarters over and starting your side pass. And like level 1, we'll come back to forward motion here. You're going to try not to discontinue any kind of motion. So like it's a side pass here. That's where you can start your back here. and then you're going to create that rest of your side pass, and then, sorry, I only have this extra cone, so that's where you would, 1, 2, 3, your last 8 feet would be getting to this point for level 3. So apologize for having that lack of that extra cone. That's just where you'd be. You're going to have the 5 cones, including that start cone. So there's your starting point and your 4 cones. Okay, so what we've got there are those points. Now, going to our mailbox, our final one is our mailbox. We've got this distance here. What I have you guys set up at for the start cone is 13 feet at this start cone right here, because what I want you to do is set yourself up. Everybody always has a hard time where the start cone is to be at it. Be in just to the inside of it, because if you start left, if you start right, whatever it happens to be, just be inside the cone somewhere. Wherever you set that. Be inside of it, because level 3 is going to have to side pass. And I don't want that to be in your guys' way, how you set it up. So level 3 is going to side pass. 1 and 2, you guys are going to come up to it. Basically, you can have a piece of mail, you can have a piece of paper and just fold it long ways in half if you want to. Super simple. I know everybody's got mail, extra mail, junk mail, and junk paper laying around. So you've got your mailbox. If you don't have a mailbox, you can set up a bucket somewhere around approximately 5 feet around here. That gives you that height that you need. So level 3 is supposed to show that you've got mail. Boop, boop. Put it back. And hopefully this helps you guys with your setup. I'll definitely have a diagram on there at the same time, so you guys can look for that diagram for all your distances, and that'll have everything kind of set up. But hopefully this helps, guys. Thanks so much, and enjoy this competition. I look forward to seeing you guys' videos.